Retirement. It's finally time to sit back, relax, pursue your passions, and enjoy the fruits of your labor. And what better way to do that than finding your perfect retirement dream home? However, there's some things you need to consider, because buying a home in retirement is way different than purchasing a home in your 20s and your 30s. Your needs have changed, your priorities are different, kids are grown, probably out of the house at this point, and you have a whole new set of factors that you want to consider. Hi everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to do a deep dive into the world of retirement home buying. Whether you're interested in a beachfront condo, a quiet country retreat, or a vibrant city apartment, we're going to give you some essential tips to make your dream a reality. Let's get started with some key considerations. Location, location, location. Where do you envision yourself spending this exciting next chapter? I want to encourage you to consider the following. There are two things that are going to be really important: proximity to family and friends, and climate. When you're considering proximity to family and friends, do you want to live close to your loved ones, or just have a guest space for them to enjoy when they visit? One of the things you need to think about with proximity to family and friends is not just if you get along with them or, you don't want to be that close to them. As you age, you may need some help at some point, and you want to consider whether somebody in your family is going to help you. Will they be close enough to come in the event of an emergency and things like that? Also, when you're looking at the factors surrounding a guest space, you look at things like guest houses or extra bedrooms, or whether there are hotels nearby that they can stay in when they visit, because that would alleviate you having to heat and cool extra rooms and things like that. Things that we don't typically think about when we're younger, but then as we age, they become more important because you're going to be living on a fixed income as well. As far as climate goes, you may also want to see if you're more interested in something sunny and warm, or if you'd rather have a cooler climate that has 4 distinct seasons. This can be really important because you don't want to make a decision about buying your forever home in an area that's not really suitable to what you had in mind, because you didn't think of it. Next, I would want you to consider access to amenities, things like medical facilities, shopping centers, cultural centers, and maybe restaurants. If you're looking for a city or more urban area, or even a more rural or less populated area, you'll want to keep those things in mind. Also, think about downsizing and right-sizing. It may be time that you go ahead and start embracing the idea of a smaller space, because you're going to also have to deal with maintenance and repairs, yard work, and things like that. So would you want to keep a home, or, consider having a low-maintenance townhome or condo? Just things to think about. And also think about your current and future needs, like mobility and accessibility. In your younger years, you've likely not even thought about those things, but I work with a variety of clients these days who often tell me, oh, I'm getting older, I don't want stairs in my house, or I need wider doorways, need to get a wheelchair through or a walker through there. They talk about things like walk-in showers because it's harder to step over a bathtub, the edge of a bathtub, and they don't want their primary bedroom to be upstairs because they don't want to climb stairs and risk having a fall. So these are all things that none of us in our younger years ever considered, but they are very important for us as we age. Next, you want to focus on your financial planning. Retirement often means that you're going to be living on a fixed income. So I would encourage you to set up a realistic budget and do your best to stick to that. When you're planning your budget and setting that up, don't forget to include things like your mortgage. If you have a mortgage payment and your house is not paid off, you'll need to put that in there. But even if you do have your house paid off, you're still going to have to consider things like taxes, homeowners insurance, HOA fees, and even maintenance costs. Things that people might not even realize they might need to save for, because they've always had their house payment escrowed and the county or the bank has always paid their taxes for them. But once you retire and pay your house off, those are some of the things that pop up that people usually aren't aware of until they get the tax notice, and then they may not have the funds to pay it. You'll also want to explore your financing options. Consider downsizing, so you might free up some equity to put toward your new home. Check into things like reverse mortgages to see if that might benefit you, or check into with a lender to see if they have any retirement find specific loan programs that might be of benefit to you. It's also crucial at this point of retirement to go ahead and start consulting with a financial advisor so that they can help you create a plan that is tailored to and aligns with your personal retirement goals. What kind of lifestyle are you looking for? Would you like more of an active adult community, which has things like swimming pools, fitness centers, social clubs, and golf courses, things like that? Or would you prefer a quiet neighborhood that focuses more on things like peace and tranquility? Another option is to look at culturally rich areas like college towns or cities, because those can give you access to things like museums, theaters, and art galleries. Those kinds of things can keep you busy and entertained during your golden years. Finding the right realtor is also a top priority. A knowledgeable agent who deals with the senior community often can be your greatest asset. Look for somebody who specializes in retirement communities or 55 and up housing, because these agents are typically trained or they understand the unique needs and preferences of retirees. One of the good ways to get a great realtor, if you don't know one, is to ask family and friends who've recently relocated, because oftentimes they're ready and willing to refer you to someone if they've had a good experience with them. Once you've found a home, don't skip the inspection. Even in a brand new home, a thorough inspection is essential, because this helps identify potential problems and help you avoid costly repairs down the road. That's especially important in your retirement years, because you're on that fixed budget, so you don't want to have a bunch of costly mistakes that you might need to correct later. Use that inspection report as leverage, and it can also help your agent negotiate repairs or a lower price on your behalf. Finally, when planning for the future, I want you to consider things like long-term issues, such as your healthcare needs and whether or not you feel like you'll be able to age in place comfortably. Talking about those kinds of things with your family is important, because you need to make sure that your dream also aligns with their needs and expectations as well, because you're going to have them possibly coming to help you as you age more, check on you, or you want them close enough during an emergency, you may want them near. Talking to them and working that out ahead of time is very important. All in all, finding your retirement dream home is an incredible journey. And by considering these tips, you'll be well prepared to find the perfect place to relax, recharge, and enjoy all that retirement has to offer. Remember, it's never too early to start planning. Happy house hunting.